Hey guys, it's Dave Gass on a beautiful Massachusetts Tuesday. And this video is being made with something that was very important to me in my journey into firearms. And thank God it was handled this way. But people have also hit me up in comments, and people I work with and such, I say, hey, you want to go to the range or whatever, and they tell me about some bad experience they had the first time they were taken to the range. And now they're ruined pretty much, or need to be, you know, baby stepped, retrained due to somebody thinking it was funny, handing them a 357. Or I see so many videos, people handing a female or even anybody a 50 caliber thing, comes back, breaks their nose, stuff like that. You probably just ruined a potential firearm enthusiast, somebody who can protect themselves and their family eventually, or find a great hobby. So what I like to say is, if you're gonna take somebody to the range for the first time, it's not a joke. Start them off with 22 LR, or if they're going to go long gun, a Ruger 22 is always great. Uh, Another great long gun firearm is, like, I have the Ruger PC9 carbine. Really no recoil on that. Recoil to a first time person, it can make them never want to go back to the range. I was very, very fortunate. I was deathly afraid of guns up until 49 years old. Never held one. I wouldn't even hold a bullet. I swear to God, I was scared of a bullet. And then I had a friend at work, Ray, and he said, hey, Dave, we're going to a gun range near your house. These are Rhode Island guys, and I'm in Mass. And they said, why don't you come along? And I fought it off. No, I'm kind of, I'm scared. Da, 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 da. And he goes, give it a chance, give it a try. And like many of us, we're scared to give things a try. Well, I went, and there was this incredible guy who's become a great friend, Joe. Joe is trained so many people. He's a professional instructor, and he's just the right guy. I didn't know him that day. So what he does is, before anything, it's just not like, hey, here's a gun, shoot. No. He explains to me safety. He explains to me how to put a gun down, how you hold a revolver, how you hold a semi-automatic, and on. But didn't overload me with information. Baby steps over a period of time of going to the range with him many times. And a lot of times, this guy, Joe, greatest shooter I've ever seen, and most of us have seen, he a lot of times never even shoots. He just watches and teaches. He just loves it. And he started me off with a Smith & Wesson 22, and I'll never forget it. I put this gun in my hand. You got to remember, it's an explosion in your hands. Never experienced this before. I'm scared. 49 years old. I got this gun in my hand, and he explains to me, the grip of a revolver, which you see so many people holding a revolver like a semi-automatic. He explains everything to me, and I'm tense up, and he tells me to relax, and he takes me pretty close to the target. He didn't like, hey, let's see what you can do from 75 yards type bullshit. 75 feet or whatever. No, you got to take that macho stuff out of somebody's, or first many times to the range. I don't care if the guy's 6'5", 300 pounds. Take it easy. You don't know what somebody's tolerance is for a recoil and stuff like that. Anyways, that first time I pulled that trigger, and it was such minimal, or if none, the recoil, I said, it was actually close to a bullseye. I was like, my confidence just went like, wow, I can do this. I think it was a 9 round. I think it was a 9 round 22 from Smith & Wesson. Beautiful gun, revolver. And you know, he would say, take a shot, then take it down, to teach me to always take my finger off the trigger, out of the trigger guard. Same thing happened now over, next it was, I think, is Glock 19. And Same type of thing. He'd maybe put 2 rounds, have me put 2 rounds in a magazine, show me how to load it, rack the slide, walk up to the target, bring the gun up, work on my stance and my form and my grip, shoot 2 rounds. And once again, as I came down with the gun, made sure, looked at my hands, that I took my finger out of the trigger guard. But it was stuff like this. Just being at the gun table, teaching me all the common sense. You know, if somebody's shooting, don't be behind them or around them messing with your gun. Don't, be loading magazines and whatnot. Common sense stuff. Be verbal with your friends, having the hearing protection that you can talk and electronic. That's like the best because you can communicate well with friends. Make sure everybody's got their hearing protection on before you start shooting with other people around. You can blow somebody's ears out. uh, Never walk in front of the gun table unless all guns are down on the table. But all those simple things, Joe walked me. It made me fall in love with firearms. But I just have had so many people where I'll say to them, hey, if you ever want, we can go down the range, blah, blah, blah. And right away they tell me some horrible experience where somebody turned them off by doing the wrong thing, thinking it was funny to hand them something that they weren't ready to handle. And you ruined them. You ruined them. But so, just a little tip from Dave Gass, a person who now I'm 58, so that was 49 years old. I was almost 50, has become what I consider a firearm enthusiast. I love it. And it grew and grew and grew, all because somebody taught me the proper way. And all those little lessons stuck in my head. I still go to the range to this day, and I hear Joe say, put the gun down here, magazine here, set up your table properly, and don't be a mess and all that stuff. But just a little tip from Dave Gass: if you're going to take somebody to the range, and it happens a lot of times around the holidays, this time of year, same thing. You hand somebody a real kicker of a 12 gauge shotgun, they might never want to shoot again. So baby steps until you see their comfort level and they're safe. They understand eye protection, ear protection, clear surroundings and all that. Nobody needs to be a hero running all over the place. I was down the range the other day. I saw two young guys, two fools with I believe it was 12 gauge. I'm not a shotgun guy. And they were doing this, filming each other like this whole Rambo, targets everywhere shit. And it was just like, wow, what a waste of ammo. All I could hear was it was crazy. And if that's their thing, that's their thing. Just don't do that with a new shooter. You could ruin them. But everybody have a great day and great holidays. If I don't do any videos, with Thanksgiving coming up, but who knows? I never know what I'm going to do. And it's just if something comes up here, well, I hope everybody's doing great. Dave Gass out.